Alright, what is up? This is Slow Plays, and I'm back at again with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Next Gen information here on the channel. We have an update on all the full information that you kind of need to know about what to expect for the Next Gen version, okay? So keep in mind, they already showed kind of a preview. I don't think that really did it justice. The quality of it was already capped, I think, at like 1080p, which, I mean, that, again, it's not doing it justice because the actual full resolution of what this next-gen upgrade does is it gets up to 4K. Obviously, visually, when you're looking at 4K, if you have a 4K monitor or 4K TV, you're gonna see how much, you know, more upscaled everything looks, okay? Everything's gonna look a lot smoother, the lines and everything, and the textures are gonna look better. Overall, it's a very small, you know, minimal change, but it will be effective once you actually see it, only if you have that 4K, you know, display, all right? If you're playing, you know, in 1080p or whatever, or even maybe in 2K or whatever, maybe you won't notice that much of a difference. If you're playing like 720p, then yeah, it's gonna really look like shit, you know? So let's just go over the actual information itself, because the official website did update recently, and they, you know, gave us all the information that we kind of need to know about, you know, what the difference is, okay? We're gonna compare the differences between the, for example, PS4 and the PS5 version, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same thing, but we'll go over it because they have like a full chart. So first and foremost, the different versions, okay? They actually have some new versions of the game. Obviously, you have your regular base version, okay? These are all releasing, I believe, on the 23rd in Japan of May 23rd. I think it's the 24th everywhere else. Just, you know, time zones, depending on where you live. You guys know how it'd be, right? So, that's the basic version, okay? Again, they're all releasing at the same time. Then you have the Super Deluxe Edition, okay? They did not reveal exactly what this is going to have. My assumption is because it's called Super Deluxe Edition, and the original Deluxe Edition, I think, had the first Super Pass. That's DLC 1, 2, 3, and 4. So DLC 1 through 4, which was, I think, I want to say Xenoverse 6 Saga stuff. And then it was a little bit... Actually, it was pretty much all of Goku Black Saga, like Future Trunks Saga stuff. So, I think that's going to be included in that. I could be wrong, though. Don't quote me on it. We'll see what happens when they actually, you know, reveal the information. But the Ultimate Edition, okay? I'm not confirming this, but because it's called the Ultimate Edition, and most Ultimate Editions of, you know, video games that release after, you know, several years after, it usually has all the DLC, okay, up until the point of release, okay? Obviously, this game's getting more DLC, so I'm going to assume, and I could absolutely be wrong, there is a chance that they do DLC 1 through 16, okay? That's going to be up until Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, and Yellow Piccolo. That's actually insane, okay? I don't know the price conversion. It's saying, I think that's 9,000 yen. Y'all can do the price conversion. But that's not a confirmation yet, because I don't exactly know what's going to be included in this. It could be maybe like Super Pass, an Extra Pass, and maybe like Ultra Pass, and that's it. And then the rest of it you'll have to buy separately. I don't know. We'll see. That it's a lot, guys. 16 or 15, I guess, in a sense. Yeah, 15. Okay, because DLC 11 is a free update, right? 15 DLC packs is a shit ton of content, okay? And that's a lot of money if you're buying them separately. So if this includes all of it, that is a steal, okay? That is a great deal, which it would make sense for them to do that just because it's so old at this point. This game is very old. It's almost 8 years old, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that, okay? But let's go over the actual differences, okay? Again, most of it is very obvious stuff. We've already talked about that it's going to be upgrading the 4K, so we have an example here. It has a Nintendo Switch version if you want to compare it, but we know the Nintendo Switch version looks like ass, okay? Don't be like, oh, it looks amazing, you know, or it looks fine. Okay, it's fine. Don't take me too seriously. I'm just making fun of it, but for the fact that it has a handheld version and, you know, it's on Switch, it's even playable on Switch, is fire, okay? I'll go and I'll play on Switch at times too, but sometimes it lags. Okay, I'm getting into something completely different. So, PS5 version, again, 4K. Okay, that's the difference. It maxes out at 1080p on PS4 and PS4 Pro, as we know, okay? Now, moving on to if it has... Okay, I don't know why it even lists this, because we already know it says it right there, 4K. But again, the little circle means that's what it has. The X, I'm pretty sure, means that's what it doesn't have, okay? So HDR in 4K, yeah, it's just going to have 4K. There's no HDR. Again, HDR, I'm not really sure how much of a major difference that would make anyways. But the Xbox Series XS, if you want to know, Xbox Series S, if you have that one, I think that maxes out at 2K, if I'm not mistaken. Which, I mean... Why would you buy an Xbox Series S? I'm just wondering, like, just get the X. I don't know. I know it's cheaper, but to those of you that have an Xbox Series S, is there a benefit instead of just getting the X? I don't know, but right here you're getting lower resolution. And I mean, you're only going to be able to experience this if you have a 4K display, right? If you're like me, like I have like one 4K monitor and the rest of my shit is just 1080p because I just don't care, you know? PS4 Pro Enhanced for the PS4 version. I'm pretty sure if you have a PS4 Pro. I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Enhanced compatible. Okay, obviously, it's going to look better for PS5, so that's not necessary. I don't know why it's listing this stuff here for, like, Xbox One and Xbox Series XS if it has X's next to all of it, okay? It's going to be maxed out, again, at 60 FPS. I don't see why it would need to be higher than that. I personally don't really notice a difference after 60. Maybe it's just because I only play games in 60 that I just never know. I don't even know what more than that looks like. Is there a difference? I'm pretty sure there will be some type of difference people are going to point out, but it's not necessary. We don't need anything higher than that, okay? Supports up to 6 players. Obviously, you need online service if you're going to do online shit, right? You're going to have to pay for that. Okay, nothing in terms of players have been changed. Okay, so this right here, effects, objects, etc. So this is all the main stuff, okay? Some changes have been made to the performance, okay? So yes, we've already stated that before. This is going to have better performance. So loading times, they're going to be shorter, okay? Maybe even to the point of being non-existent, okay? That's really important for Xenoverse because from my experience from playing, you know, for years, Xenoverse 2, if you're not playing on PC loads really fast if you have a good PC, right? If you're playing on PS5 and PS4, it loads like a bitch. It loads like a motherfucker, dude. Xenoverse 2 has some of the worst loading ever. I don't know if it's performance-wise or if it's because it uses an online service and you're logging in and it's trying to connect you online. I don't know if that's what it is. But man, this game has probably some of the worst loading I've ever experienced in any, you know, Dragon Ball game. The only other Dragon Ball game that has horrible loading that I think might be worse is Dragon Ball Legends. Dragon Ball Legends is shit, okay? That game has some of the most shit loading. It actually frustrates me to the point where I just log off and I just don't even want to play it, okay? I'm ranting, but yeah, everything in terms of the upgrade for both versions are going to be different. Now, here's the size difference, okay? It's only at like a gig, maybe. Yeah, it's like a gig larger. Because again, it's not a major change. Everybody was expecting it to look like Xenoverse 17, but like realistically, we saw it from Fighters and Kakarot. It's not really that much of a change. Kakarot had a better change, like overall difference, because the PS4 version was so... I don't want to say it was horrible, but it was bad, okay? It capped at 30 FPS. It did not look good, in my opinion. They did some, like, you know, differences for, like, the water looked different, and they added sunlight. I don't know, is that HDR? I don't know, whatever that is, okay? It's nothing that major, okay, in my opinion. The 60 FPS made a big difference, and that's why a lot of people say, like, oh, it's so good, because the 60 FPS. But I've been playing the PC version since launch instead of the PS4 version, and there's like almost no difference, okay? The PC version, if you just play it at max settings, it actually looks better sometimes, in my opinion. But I digress. For whatever reason, check this out. It's actually for the Xbox Series XS version. It's smaller. I don't know why. Maybe y'all know why that's a thing, but it actually gets lowered by like a gig, which is weird. Whatever. But yeah, compatibility, backwards compatible for whatever. Yeah, if you need that. Yeah. Number of save data 2. I guess that's been the same. Let me see here. What is this? Oh, save data migration. Okay, so obviously, yes, no matter what version of the game you're using, you should be able to go from PS4 to PS5, okay? Now, the only difference is if you try to upgrade the PS4 regular version to PS5 Lite, okay? Obviously, that makes no fucking sense. Why would you even do that? But they're just listing it there for anybody that's stupid and and wanted to do that. If you wanted to do that, you're actually dumb. I'm sorry, because that makes no sense. Why would you go from the version you paid for to a Lite version unless, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be free in the upgrade, but I don't know. I'm not going to confirm that yet because it says right here, upgrade compatible. It says supported but paid for the PS4 version. I'm not sure what they mean by that, because with Xbox, it says smart delivery compatible. I doubt you would have to pay for it. That would make no sense. Okay, with conviction, you're not going to pay for it. You shouldn't have to pay for the upgrade unless this upgrade is adding like new DLC. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work. Okay, Xenoverse 2 is weird, but if you go back into the history of Kakarot, and I already know people are losing their shit right now because they're seeing this right here. That doesn't, again, up here, PS5 version, I'm not sure. This layout that they have is ass. It's weird, okay? They're making it confusing, okay? But yeah, the Kakarot and the Fighters upgrade were both free, okay? It makes no sense for us to pay for an upgrade that does basically nothing. All right, let's just be real. It does nothing. It just upgrades it to 4K and that's it, right? But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Everything else, I mean, cross-compatible, cross-play. You guys know that's not what this is. That's not. They're not doing that. Okay, breaker stuff, all the same. Yeah, there's nothing really all that different there. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince people that there's a difference, but I went back and I've looked at it several times. There is a small difference, and it's gonna be like this. Okay, a toothpick changes everything. He ain't do shit but stand back. Okay, that's the difference that most people are seeing. Okay, it's like this. Okay, Dragon Ball Legends recently updated their textures. The textures definitely got changed. So I know when you're first looking at this, there's not like a difference at all. Okay, but obviously I noticed it immediately. The clothing. Okay, if you look at the lines on the clothing, it's not as jagged. Okay, it's a lot smoother. Same situation with this video. You're not going to notice it, but if you zoom in and you max this out at 1080p, which it has, again, it's not doing it justice, okay? The lines on the clothing, the textures have definitely been smoothed out, okay? Again, you're not going to notice it at all on this, but I went back and I looked at the lines. If you look at the lines, you can see it, okay? If you don't see it, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you're blind or blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you don't see, you don't see it. I don't fucking care, okay? I see it. I know there's a difference, so that's all that matters to me, okay? But that's the main thing that the only major change other than the fucking grass blowing in the wind. It ain't do nothing but add some damn grass. So, yeah, it's going to be similar to this upgrade, okay? Which is good. It's nice, you know? I appreciate that. But again, if you're thinking it's going to be some massive graphical difference to the point where it's like, holy shit, they got completely brand new models and they added cell shading and all that stuff, you are setting yourself up for disappointment, which a lot of people did, okay? Don't do that shit, right? But yeah, that's it. This video was way longer than it needed to be, but I wanted to go over all the major changes. Just know you're not getting a major difference unless you're playing in 4K with a 4K display. If you don't have that, you ain't gonna see shit. Let's be real, okay? You'll still see the grass blowing in the wind, okay? You'll definitely see that. But again, that's one stage. I have no idea if the other stages are gonna look better. This was, again, a horrible way to compare it. Okay, I mean, I don't say it was that bad, but I mean, they're only showing 30 seconds worth of gameplay on one stage with one character. Like, that's not enough, right? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring my notification bell, and I'll keep you guys updated. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching Slow Plays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.